Worrying never solves any problem, to be honest. It never helps.
Yep.
And it affects your health too.
Yeah.
Those
Yes,
headaches,
now.
you see,
Yes.
those migraines, you think that it's just, oh, I have headache and you're now taking paracetamol. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome once again to another episode of Her Health Podcast. My name, as usual, is Oinye.
And I'm Victoria. Today we're going to talking about a topic that almost everyone has encountered one time or the other in their life, which is anxiety and worrying.
Yeah, this anxiety, overthinking, affects us in so many ways, right? It affects us even physically, like hinders us from, achieving stuff that we need to achieve. That's why it's an important topic and we felt the need to address it.
Yeah, if you are overthinking or you're feeling overwhelmed with the whole new year 2025 and everything, this episode is for you.
So if you're joining us for the first time, please do well to subscribe. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We hope you like it here. Please do well to subscribe, like our videos, watch our previous videos, and share your thoughts in the comment section. And for those our loyal
OGs,
yes, welcome
welcome back
again. We love you. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is often the feeling of fear or worry, especially about something that has not even happened yet.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't even just show up like mentally. It also shows up physically. You see yourself like if you start having sleepless nights, you start having headaches because of things that have not even happened. Sometimes your body will be shaking and all of that.
I've had days where I couldn't focus because of something that I'm thinking will happen, like to come. Like I would just spend that day thinking about that thing. Have you had moments like that?
Me, I'm the king of overthinking. But sometimes, well, I don't really feel too bad about it because most times the things I'm worried about usually happens. But it's not good. It's not good to be an overthinker. Yeah. But sometimes you can't really help yourself, right? You just worry. It's not good, really. It will hinder you from some things. There's some things that you want to do, but because you've already been overthinking, you will not even want to make that move again. You will not want to make that step because you're bit to overthink. You have already thought that it's not going to work out. Make her just leave her. So this episode is just to discuss how, we're talking to you guys, we're also talking to ourselves. How we feel like we can reduce, even if we're not going to stop it totally, how we can reduce the overthinking, steps to take to reduce worrying and anxiety. Overthinking and anxiety, it usually goes hand in hand, right? If you're just overthinking, you're worrying about something, keep worrying about something, the next thing you can just feel yourself starting to have headaches, you start feeling so anxious, like you can even feel it physically. In your body.
Exactly. Sometimes your body will be shaking. Your heart will be beating boom, boom, fast. Exactly. Yeah, it's like a loop. When you are thinking, you are worried, and then you are thinking, then you are now anxious. It's like a cycle that like just creates unending cycle.
And Bible even tells us that we should not be anxious for anything, in prayer and supplications, that we should make our requests known to him. So many times, instead of just worrying endlessly, we can take it to God in prayer.
Absolutely.
Right? We talk about it to God, trust him that everything is going to work out, instead of just worrying about a future that has not even happened.
Exactly.
A future that might even work out perfectly. Many times, have you noticed that many of the things that we even worry about, it ends up not happening.
Exactly.
And you're just there.
Like, that thing they said that fear just amplifies things. You get? Sometimes, even if it happens, it might not be as big as you had imagined it in your mind. You get? And then worrying does not even actually like solve anything. Like, sometimes I just think about, what am I worrying about? This worry now does not actually solve anything.
Very true.
So it's always better to like pray to God about it. Just leave it in the hands of God and try your best not to think about it.
So sometimes even if you're going to think about it in a way that
Maybe
you are providing
solution. Yes.
to the thing. I had an experience recently. I paid for something and the lady was like, oh, you sold that. She was really like anxious. Oh my God, I'm like, just calm down first. Let's think about how to solve this problem instead of like, trying to start casting blame. Or if this person has done this like this, just like think about, okay, a solution perspective. How can we make this work instead of just like worrying, oh my God, what will happen? So instead of worrying, you can think about, instead of overthinking in a wrong pattern, you can think about it in a positive light. How do I channel my energy so that this thing that you are feeling like will go wrongly, how will go better?
So like, what are the practical ways that you think we can use to stop anxiety and overthinking?
So sometimes what I do is to write down, like when I'm having all those crazy thoughts in my head, I just try to reduce it by writing it down. But I was taking one course on ALX, and one of the things that they asked us to do was they called it daily pages, that you don't even have to have anything in your head at that point. Just take a pen, that to put your whole thoughts into perspective. And I did it for some time. It was really, really good. So even like I wasn't really consistent with it, but I noticed that when like I'm having all those conflicting thoughts, when I try to write, it brings everything to like, brings it to perspective, and I can actually see, okay, then I can even make plans to, when I now even go back to read all those things later on, I'll be like, what was I so worried about before? Which other steps? Do you have any other practical?
So I think one of the things I do is I practice mindfulness. Right? I try my best to be in the moment, and just when I find myself thinking about things, I just bring back my mind to the present that I am. And then I do this breathing technique where
sometimes I will tell myself, calm down.
Exactly.
Calm down.
Where I breathe in deeply and breathe out, like it just stops, especially the times when my heart is racing, because I like that this past year I really had different times where I was very, very anxious. So I just try to slow down my beating heart by just breathing in, breathing out, and all. So that is one of the methods I use. How about you?
Another thing is in times where you're feeling so overwhelmed with worry, you can also practice gratitude. In those times, instead of thinking about, oh my God, will I ever make it, you can recount the times that God came through for you. You can recount on all the things that He has done for you. You made it out alive to this 2025. It's not easy. He has always been coming through for you, and He won't stop now. So sometimes instead of just being worried, how many times have you been worried help you achieve anything? God has always made a way for you. So just practice gratitude at those times. Whenever you remember how things might not go well, remember how God has actually made things go well for you.
And then another method I practice is by praying. Right? I talk to God about the situation. I tell Him this is making me anxious and all. And there's this peace I get. There's this peace that you get after praying, right? After praying to God. Some people after talking to somebody. Like sometimes that is why I saw this thing on Twitter where they're like, or on Instagram, so several places where they say that men just want to give you logical solutions. You get, they don't want to, sometimes you just need someone to listen.
Very true.
You get,
my friend
when
was
you
like,
talk,
our pastor said we should not grumble. That doesn't mean that she will not rant. I said, make nothing do my ranting, make nothing do my ranting, because I've noticed that it helps me feel better. It's not as if I'm trying to aggravate the situation, but at that point I'm letting out steam, and then just like complaining. Let me just complain. It's not as if I'm really even that angry, but let me just para my para in peace to somebody that is
exactly. Talking to God, talking to someone that you trust really helps. It makes you calm down. It makes you feel better, and it makes you, sometimes in the process of talking, you might even get solution.
Very true.
Yeah, you
very,
just
very
feel
true.
like, oh, this is what I should do, because you are collecting your thoughts together. And yeah, even as Onye previously quoted, trusting in God, just put everything to him, because he has taken care of you right to this point that you are. So just trust him that he will continue to take care of you, right? Yeah, so those are the methods I use.
So there's sometimes that like we've been anxious in the past. For me, I remember there was a time I was supposed to make a presentation at work, and I was quite, because I'm a shy, sort of shy person. I was quite anxious. I was just imagining everything that would just go wrong with that presentation. So I had to like reduce the worry by like reminding myself that you've prepared for this. What can go wrong, right? What can go wrong? You did this job. You know how it goes. So why are you being worried? Why are you thinking about things that will go wrong? I also pray to God that He should help me calm down and to remind me that I've got this, right? And it helped. Yes, that was like an experience I had with anxiety. Do you have any?
Yeah, I have a lot. So there was a time I had like multiple deadlines. I had to deliver some work at work, and then some other things I was doing that I like, all the deadlines were just at the same time. Like I was overwhelmed. Like at some point I said breathing fast. We are breathing fast. I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? So what I did this period was I just looked at everything I needed to do, and then checked the ones that the deadlines were closer. Right? So I worked on those ones first. I wrote down everything, because there is this clarity I get whenever I write down, right? So I broke them down into smaller steps, the different steps I need to take every day in order to achieve it. And at the end I was able to achieve it. Like, I don't know, I just always, it's something that is always with me. Whenever I have a lot of things to do, I feel anxious, right? So
it's actually really common.
So I feel anxious. So basically what I do now is I have like every day now I just write down everything I need to do for the day, right? So I'll feel more focused. Like it's even something that my fiance used to laugh at me, be like, oh yeah, calm down, oh yeah, calm down, calm down, oh yeah, start writing it down. You could like, it's so funny, but yeah. So I just basically break it down into small steps.
Yeah, another thing I even do is to like rest, right? When I start to feel overwhelmed, like I feel like a lot of things are happening at the same time, and I'll just take time out. I'll just maybe go away from like people that are making me feel that way, or I'll just like try to sleep. Maybe when I wake up I'll feel more relaxed. So like in whatever way you feel like it's to help. Just you know yourself. If it's to write things down, if it's to take a breather, take a walk,
or meditate,
or just sleep, or just drink water. Please do the best thing for you, because worrying never solves any problem. To be honest, it never helps, and I don't know, it affects your health too. Those headaches, you see those migraines, you think that it's just, oh, I have headache, and you're now taking paracetamol. That's like it's a chain reaction. You're taking paracetamol for something that you should have just slept, or you should have just ranted about. Before you know it, your liver is already being affected. So instead of overthinking, just try to rest, watch a movie, drink water, call your friends, go and gist, something, pray about it, and you will see that you are doing better, and in subsequent times of you better handle those kind of situations, right? When the whole work thing, the workload is choking, you know that, okay, this was how I handled it before, and I'll be able to do the same thing this time.
So if you're someone that overthinks, remember that you don't need to get it, like have it all figured out right now, right? You can take it one step at a time.
Yeah, true. And you don't have all the answers, to be honest, right? So just take things calmly, take things slowly, figure things out as you go, right? Instead of just worrying about it, use that time to research about it, and figure things out. It will help.
Reminds me of one of my quotes I heard, that worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. Instead, it takes away today's peace.
Very true. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. So to have peace, like focus in present moments, right? Instead of like thinking about, well, tomorrow the Bible says, look at the birds of the air. They're not thinking about what to eat or what to wear, right? So instead of just worrying about, focus on now, bring yourself to the present, right? And you see yourself like you're living a more fulfilled, productive life instead of allowing worry and anxiety to steal your peace and your strength. So to wrap up this episode, just know that overthinking and worrying, they are like real life struggles, right? It happens to almost everybody. It happens to the best of us, but you don't have to face it alone.
So just take it one step at a time, lean on God, and reach out for help if you need one.
So I think we've come to the end of this episode, and I hope this episode encourages you, right, to seek help where you need help. Reach out, focus on God, trust in God to provide your daily needs. And
thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. And take care of yourself.
We love you.
Bye for now.
Bye.